bases, what do we do with the exponents? You add them. Alright, so for number 1, what was your answer to the first one? No, we are not old white women playing bingo.
Old white woman.
Alright, Sam's going to tell us.
C to the 8th power,
Mm-hmm.
D to the 13th power, E to the 17th power.
Good, take a point.
How
How many of us got it right? If everybody at the table got it right, take a point. Alright, when you divide like bases, what do you do to the exponents? Alright, Avery, tell me.
E to the 4th power, F to the 2nd power, and G to the
F to the,
F to the 4th. It says 4th.
and G to the
3rd.
cubed. Take a point. How many of us got it right? Good, if 3 people at the table got it right, take a point. Bow buttons. Okay, so today we're going to add to this. What we're doing today is power to a power, negative exponents, and 0 power. Power to a power and negative exponents are best friends with multiplying like bases and dividing like bases. So power to a power is when you have an exponent on the outside of the parentheses like we did today in our math workshop. So right here, please write power to a power. The 3rd square. If you don't play with it, can you just leave it on your desk like a normal person? Thank you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. If I have a cubed, b to the 6th, and all of that to the 7th power. That's what I mean by power to a power. And when you have a power to a power, you multiply the exponents. So you would do 3 times 7, which would give you
21.
and 6 times 7, which would give you
42.
and dun da da da, you're done. What, honey? Okay. I thought he said he needed ketchup too, and I was like, I don't understand.
I don't supply it. I didn't have much to I love you.
I just don't have room to extend it if we have. Okay, so when we have power to a power, what do we do with the exponents? Multiply. The windows are open. I don't know what more you want me to do. Ditto. Alright, now, if you multiply the exponents, does anybody know what we do to the coefficient? Where we had on the...
same, you don't multiply.
Keep them the same.
You put them to the power, so how could we write that so you'll know it? Power the coefficients?
Power
Yeah.
Power the bases?
yes.
Okay. Power, yeah, take a point.
Oh, yeah.
Power the bases. So if it was 2 a to the 6th quantity cubed, you would do 2 cubed. I'm going to show you. Alright, so here's our first problem. If I say 4x squared, y to the 6th, all of that cubed. So that's quantity cubed. Anytime you say quantity, use parentheses. So you would, do what? Yes, that's a 2. You would power the base, which is 4. So 4 cubed is 4 times 4, which is?
12.
4 times 4 is?
16.
And 16 times... Did you say Stace? Okay. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. So right, 64, children. Good job.
From last period, Coach Todd. Was he here last period, right?
What's that guy's name?
Record driver's ed teacher, Coach Todd, was in here last period.
The one with hair?
Yeah.
There doesn't even know.
He had my keys and he said he was gonna leave them.
Leave them where?
Here, because I said I'll come back, so. I think, well,
Like, but where here?
hey, I don't know.
They're not on my desk.
Okay, so, and there was the other driver's ed teacher across the hall last street? Oh, Barry,
Do not know.
you guys know? We didn't call that down here.
I've been here.
Sorry.
If you see him, it's got a school key, it's got it's just one school key and then my car key.
Okay.
Thanks. I can actually, if you hear something beeping, eventually I have a tile on it, you know what those are?
Yeah.
So if you hear something beeping, that's what.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Okay, so everybody got 64. Alright, and it's x to what exponent? To the 6, because you do 2 times 3, and y to the? Fantastic. Now, on your math workshop, you had some that had negatives. So,
Miss Asbury,
yes,
wouldn't we have Aldo Pereira to check out?
yes. You need to get your homework sheet. Yes. Because you do 4 cubed, so you do 4 times 4, you get 16. 16 times 4 gives you 16.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you only do that with big numbers, guys. It's a good question. Thank you. Okay, next example. Oh, what on? If I have negative 5, a cubed, b to the 4th, c to the stop talking, all of that to the 5th power. Now, when you're doing negative bases to a power, you need to put it in parentheses in your calculator. Every single time. Put it in parentheses. Does everybody understand?
Okay, wait, say that again?
When you are doing any base, big number,
Yes.
to a power, put it in parentheses, especially when it's negative.
Just a big number, not that.
Correct. So you would put negative 5 in parentheses, and then you hit the caret button that looks like this. This is called a caret button. So you put in parentheses, and you hit caret 5. That's the name of it. Negative 3,125. Because it's going to change it when it's an even exponent. Yep. Alright, and then what's our exponent going to be for A now? 15. Good. And what about B? That's a 15. It's just not pretty. And what about C? Good. Now, in your calculators, I want you to do negative 4 without parentheses. So do negative 4 caret 6. Negative 4 caret 6. Okay, now put it in parentheses. Do the same thing, but put it in parentheses. So there's a difference, right? No, it changed the signs. So you have to put it in parentheses because it will affect your answer. Okay, put it in parentheses again. Negative 4 caret 6. Put it in parentheses. Negative 4 caret 6. Alright, and then do it without parentheses. Negative 4 caret 6. Can we wait till we finish this part? Did you get positive or negative? You should have got.
I got the same answer.
Did you put it in parentheses or not in parentheses?
You getting negative and positive?
So the second time you should have put it not in parentheses.
I did that. Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but your calculator is different than these. So you're fine, right. I would be careful and put in parentheses, but yours is different. Alright, Jack, what's your question? We're about to talk about that. Alright, so Jack said, what happens if the exponent is negative? That is our next little part down here. Negative exponents, right? That here. Because the calculator doesn't know order of operations. And it doesn't understand that it's negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4, which is a positive. Well, some of us.
We don't have flying cars. We have airplanes.
We don't have flying cars.
Wait, you can't.
And that's his basis for us not being smarter than a calculator.
Owen said we have flying cars and our calculators aren't smart.
Think about it. We do have flying cars.
No.
A plane is a flying
You don't ever see a car driving on the road and they go bam and they take off.
Okay, stop, do your math.
Yes, have runway.
I do not care about this conversation. I do not care about this conversation.
Now, if it was soccer, it's a different story.
Very true.
Well, let me tell you something. No.
Okay, so negative exponents look like these. So if you divide like bases, if I have e squared divided by e to the 10th. And when you divide like bases, you know you subtract the exponents, right? So what is 2 minus 10? Okay? Anytime you have a negative exponent, you flip it. And what are all whole numbers or variables hanging out above? A 1. So when you flip it, you get 1 divided by e to the 8th. And when you flip it, it turns them positive. Isn't it magic? Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so now let's look at a problem. And I want you to tell me which one we're going to flip and which one we're not. So when you have negative exponents, flip it. Jarrett, stop. You're leaning into her. She don't want to be touched. That's not what I said to you, is it? So you have 5, a squared, b to the negative 5, c to the negative 3, d squared. It's not. I can make it more.
You can do the whole alphabet.
I can do all kinds of things. Like writing down the whole alphabet. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all nasty. Stop it. Stop it. Jahir, stop it.
I'm just saying.
Stop. Baby, I'm just saying stop it. Stop. Stop. It's recording.
I'm experienced with people.
I'm so glad this is on our video. Okay, now you only flip the negative exponents. So does 5 have a negative exponent on it?
No.
So you write 5. Does a squared have a negative exponent on it?
No.
So you write a squared. What about b?
Yes.
So you move it to the bottom and you change it to a positive. What about c?
Definitely.
So you move it to the bottom and change it to a positive.
This is much more simple. Miss Walter made it too complicated.
Oh, yeah, she did.
She's a horrible teacher.
And then d squared stays on top. Guys, it's recording. Please stop.
Please watch this.
Jahir, stop.
Stop, she'll cry again.
She's very nice.
I heard she cried when they do their homework.
She did. She cried in our class.
But you do understand that it's very frustrating when we do our job all day and then you don't do the one thing that we ask you to do. Are you serious? And then sometimes it's our fault for you not doing your homework. That's the most ridiculous thing. So I don't blame her for getting frustrated and crying. Now, do this next math problem without me.
Me, no, you was right
I hate that one. She liked me.
Wait.
She was nice to me.
I had 0
Do your math. I don't care. Are you dividing like bases?
That's what I thought.
And didn't we learn how to do that up there? Magic.
You subtract. No, that's, he said.
Look at your notes,
He
son.
said subtract.
Look at your notes.
Do subtract, Mason. God.
I don't know.
Get mad at you.
Hey, don't leave 15 divided by 20 as a decimal. Reduce the fraction. 15 divided by 20.
Oh.
You divide the coefficients, guys, and what goes into both 15 and 20?
5.
15 divided by 5 is?
5.
20 divided by 5 is?
4.
So that's your first fraction. And then divide the rest. And you know how to divide like basis because we wrote that down on the second part of your foldable. You're going to do this problem.
I know, but I'm just trying to think. Wait, you didn't. Come on, here. Okay,
You're moving away from me tomorrow. Yeah, I'm tired of us doing this stuff. You're upsetting me. That reduces to 3/4. Then subtract your exponents. If you have negative exponents, what do? Flip it. You put them on bottom. Fantastic. Look at you go. It's like you've learned something.
Oh, I get it, Mr. Raspberry.
Oh my.
I don't get it.
I don't understand. I started.
I would just like to take this moment to brag on Mason, who got it before Jahir and understood. Alright, what's 2 minus 6?
-4.
So is it going to go on top or bottom? And it changes to a positive.
Sounds like a lot.
What is 6 minus 2?
4.
So is it on top or bottom? 3 minus 8?
-5.
So it goes to the bottom of the fraction. Dun dun dun.
Wait, how did you get 3 or 4 again? So you're supposed to just try to do a fraction.
Okay, guys, the 3 and 4. What goes into both 15 and 20? 15 divided by 5 is? 20 divided by 5 is?
4.
Second P or B? Do 15 divided by 20 and then second P or B. Hand me your calculator.
I know how to do it.
No, you don't. Those of you that have a calculator, you do 15 divided by 20. And one, if you don't know that 0.75 is 3/4, then I don't know what to tell you about life.
Oh, you're supposed to make it into a fraction? Who recommended him for this class?
Alright, now, close your foldable. Open it to the back of the foldable.
Whoa, this is so cool. I did mine wrong.
I did mine wrong.
Oh my god.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Close your foldable. Open it to the back.
Yo. Raspberry, this is the whole.
You don't even know. You think.
Okay, so the last of our exponent properties that we're going to learn is the zero property.
You're not even a club.
Newport County almost beat.
Oh, wait, city.
But he didn't. They draw, and now they have to go to their own.
They drawed.
They drew.
They drew Neil. Yeah. I wish they would have won. It would have been a really big upset.
Why would you win upstairs?
I thought Chichirico was
No, it's beating Man City. That'd be a big upset.
Thank you. We've been working really hard together at practice. No one cares. They're in La Liga. There are 2 teams good in La Liga. That's it.
Athletic 4.
No. No, there's not.
Atletico Madrid, Barca, Madrid, Sevilla, and Valencia.
Sevilla? Sevilla?
They're good.
Okay, math.
Also, before they beat us,
This is good as beef about soccer teams.
Okay, so anytime you have a zero exponent, anytime, it's always equal to 1. Always.
So no matter what, if there's
If there's 0 on the outside, it's 1. So if it is 3/4 x squared y to the 5th x cubed to the 0 power, what's the answer going to be? If it is a heart to the 0 power, what is the answer going to be? Every single time. If it's rainbow to the 0 power, what's the answer going to be? 1.
A double ring.
Unfortunately, it's going to be 1. We'd kill our rainbow. Alright, so now what I want you to do, before I give you your homework, I need everybody to get a sticky note.
Are we cutting on sticky notes?
Get a sticky note.
Sticky, where are we at?